Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Uh, Today, I'm going to talk about a hot subject going on, and everyone knows about worker shortages, but we're going to be talking about the teacher shortage. I'm going to start today with the news article that got me researching this and looking into it. But before we get into that, I'm Nick Driver, and I am. So, welcome back to the channel. Uh, Before we get going, don't forget to like, comment, share. Please share. Do all that fun stuff. You can follow me on Twitter. I got a new Twitter handle, as you can see here in the bottom of the screen. Hit me up on there. But we're going to start with the news article that got me researching. So, this is from KOAT. Albuquerque schools in dire need of teachers and substitutes. This is by Stephanie Muniz. All right. So during the pandemic, we have seen shortages of every kind. Schools are not an exemption. Why do you think we've been having shortages? Why? Why do you think there have been shortages this whole time? I mean, it's really self-explanatory, but let's keep digging into it. So, Albuquerque Public School has been looking to fill hundreds of jobs, and one of the most important is teaching positions. The Albuquerque Teachers Federation president Al, sorry, Alan Bernstein recognizes there are several opening positions. We lack bus drivers, cafeteria workers, educational assistants. We need teachers. We need librarians. We need counselors and social workers. And it's not just APS, Bernstein says. Hmm. Why do they need a bunch of workers? I don't know. What is the cause of this? Hmm. Well, when it comes to teachers, APS says they are reaching out to parents who may be interested in becoming substitute teachers and recruiting education students from University of New Mexico and Central New Mexico Community College. They're in dire need that they're reaching out to parents recruiting education students from both University of New Mexico and Central. It's it's quite hilarious. I mean, this is a problem that was caused by them, by the public education department, by Governor Michelle Lujan Grissom. This was a problem created by them, just like the nursing shortage, just like all the shortages we're having right now. A public caused by government oversight. All right. And if that's not the conclusion you've come to, then please educate me, because I'm going to talk to you about the things people are saying is the reason there's a teacher shortage, and I'm going to prove why those are wrong. So currently, they have over 300 positions just here in Albuquerque, right? So right now it is so stressful in schools because of the lack of personnel that it's almost harder than it was last year, Bernstein said. Well, let's see what happened this year that didn't happen last year. Hmm. I don't know. I think it had something to do with federal employees and 100 plus employees. What was that? The vaccine mandate. You know, a lot of these workers, not only the vaccine mandate, but unemployment last year was probably one of the main reasons why they were short staffed. But they're more short staffed this year, and the unemployment benefits have gone away. So what could be the other cause? It probably has to do with the vaccine mandate, but let's keep reading. The superintendent at Bernalillo School District say because of the pandemic, they need to have even more subs on call. Bernstein says substitutes need to be paid more too. Do they? I don't know. Depends. I mean, they're a substitute teacher. They're not working full time. What are they getting paid hourly? What is their rate? I don't know. I don't know substitute teachers pay, but we're going to talk about teacher assistants pay, and we're going to talk about educator pay here in a moment. Of course, we need the funding so we can increase the pay to attract people here rather than, I don't know, at McDonald's, because if you're paid more there, why would you go work with kids? Bernstein said. Now, that line right there, you have to watch the actual news report to hear it in her voice. But that line is straight ignorant. It's ignorance beyond belief, and I will show you why it's ignorant here in a bit. But like That's just a stab, and it's really ignorant. All right. So Rio Rancho Public Schools has less than 100 positions for from teachers to educational assistants. They typically have around 300 active substitutes. Right now, they have 210. As of last week, APS 650 substitute teachers. They said they could use about 500 more. Why do they need 11 or I'm sorry, yeah, 1150 substitute teachers? That's like almost their. Why would they need that many substitute teachers when they need 300 regular teachers, but they I don't know. That's interesting. APS uses Kelly Education's whatever. They're offering 150 for long-term subs from South. Okay, so let's get into this. Let's look into quite a few different things. So first, we'll talk about the vaccine mandate thing. All right. So this one, let's see. I believe it's this one right here. Okay. So this one right here, it's talking about staggering teachers vacancies at New Mexico public schools have exploded this year. All right. New Mexico has normally about 21 to 22,000 teachers overall. Right. That's what we normally have. Okay. So right now, according to the New Mexico legislature, 1,048 positions available. All right. So we have 21,000 teachers. Before we go further, let's talk about the mandate. So a lot of teachers in New Mexico don't want to go back to the classroom until they've been vaccinated. But now a new teacher survey shows a lot of them don't want to come back until every student has had a vaccine. That's just crazy. So we got teachers who don't want to go teach until the kids have been vaccinated, even though they've been vaccinated. Okay, that's one reason right there. That's one reason. But according to a recent survey by New Mexico chapter of National Education Association, more than 3,000 teachers, staff, and administrators in the state are concerned about a lot of things. The vaccine is one of them. So about 50 or 65% of New Mexico educators polled say they will get the COVID-19 vaccine. All right. So 65% said they'll get the vaccine. 20% said they were unsure, and 15% said they would turn it down. So what's 15% of 21,000? So 21,000 divided by, or I'm sorry, not divided by, times by 0.15, so 15%, that gets you 3,150. So if based off of this statistics, so let's say because 3,000 out of 3,000, 15%. So let's say that 3,000, that 15%, let's increase that to the full 21,000 teachers. So 15% of the 21,000 teachers said they're not going to get vaccinated. You've lost 3,150 teachers. That's a little high. That some of them may have changed their mind. Okay. But still, that's 3,150 teachers, educators, administrators, staff that don't want to get the vaccine. All right. But that's just based off of the teacher's account. That's not including everybody. So you're all these job openings right there, 15%. You lost 15% of your staff due to the vaccine mandate. But you also have teachers who don't want to go back until kids are vaccinated, which that's a whole nother story. Don't even get me started on vaccinating children. All right. Which is just insane. All right. But let's go ahead and start looking at the other reasons. So they were talking about pay. Lots of people like to say teachers are underpaid. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying teachers aren't underpaid, because I do believe teachers do deserve more because of what they do. But at the same time, to compare them to somebody working at McDonald's or in the service industry is just ignorant. All right. So the state education is offering to pay 500 teachers. This is teachers' assistants, tuition subsidies in a 2-year effort to jumpstart recruitment for K through 12 schools. Okay. So let's go. Where was I? All right. Where was I going with this? Where did I lost my place. Okay. Oh, here we go. Teachers assistants can earn $25,000 per year. All right. Teachers' assistants can earn $25,000 per year. Remember that number. So that's teachers' assistants. Now, I'm going to go to this next chart, which is going to show you number of days worked for New Mexico. All right. And that number of days broken down into hours. All right. So 990 is the average, unless you're a high school teacher, right? So 25,000 divided by 990 hours as a teacher's assistant. That's how much you're getting paid per hour. So to compare your job, that one, to a worker at McDonald's is straight ignorant. Because let's just take this as an example. Let's say you're getting paid $15 an hour, right? Let's say you work 40 hours a week. All right, $600. There's 52 weeks in the year. You're barely making 31,000, right? But let's go back again. So that's how much you're making per year. Now 31,000, let's divide that. Oh, I'm sorry, hold on. So 35 hours a week times 52. Oops. Why isn't it clearing? All right. 35 hours a week times clear. Oh, there we go. Let's clear this. Clear. Okay. 35 hours a week times 52. That's 1,820 hours worked to make that much. They're making 25,000 to work 990 at $25 an hour. Okay. So that's as a teacher's assistant. Now, let's talk about teachers. And this one will probably blow lots of your minds. Okay. So this is the average salary for teachers here in New Mexico. Right. All right. And this was pulled off of, where was this pulled off of? Program Evaluate Legislative Finance Committee. This was the Legislative Finance Committee. All right. All right. So this is the average. This is what they're saying the starting pay for level 1 teachers, 30,000 to 36,000. So I just showed you that. So 30,000 divided by 990 hours, $30 an hour. Okay. Let's say the teacher is working more than the designated hours. So more than the 990 hours. They're working an extra, 2 hours a day. All right. So they're working an extra 2 hours a day. Let's do that math. 30,000 divided by 13, I want to say 50, right? 13.50. $22.22 an hour. Tell me how you can compare that to working at McDonald's. That is way above minimum wage here in New Mexico. Not only that, you're only working 180 days. So that gives you 185 days to make up what other extra money you want. Now, yes, I get some of those days off are weekends and holidays. So, I mean, if you worked a weekend job every week, so that's what, 100 days extra out of a job. Now, I know you don't want to work 7 days a week, so I get that. But I'm just saying you had a weekend job, at McDonald's. All right. So that's an extra 15. Let's say McDonald's is what? We'll go low. We'll go $12. You're working an extra, even if, let's say you got a summer job at McDonald's, working 100 days at 8 hours a day. So that's an extra, 800 hours? It's an extra $9,000 on top of that. So 9,000. So that's 39,600. You're making more than the average median here in New Mexico. Now, if you're the average teacher, that's $49,000. So do you want to do that math? Let's do that math too. 49,784 divided by 990. $50 an hour. At the average rate, you're getting paid $50 an hour to work as a teacher. I'm sorry, but I am not seeing how teachers are underpaid. According to the math I'm looking at, I am not seeing it. All right. And let's just say they work an extra, like I said, 2 hours a day. So that's 47. Oh, sorry. 49, 784 divided by 1350. $36 a day, hour. All right. What? 26, 27. So let's say you're working an extra 4 hours a day. 1840, and that's working if you work 2,700 hours a day, a year, right? Okay, the average person, like I said, works 40 hours times 52. The average person works 2,080 hours a year. The average person working a full-time job, 40 hours every week to get your paycheck. All right, so 2,080. Let's see, 2,080. So at the highest median, you're making $23.93. What do you want me to tell you? That is way more than the average wage of workers here in New Mexico. And you're working half as much. Because I doubt you're working 2,080 hours a year, even with the extra time put on. So people saying teachers aren't getting paid enough is the reason they're not going back to teaching is total bull. All right. Right now, the main reason teachers are not going back is because of the vaccine mandates and because of everything going on with the legislation and with the public education department. Like, to say teachers are not getting paid enough, and we can go back, we can go look at this again. Let's say 30,000 divided by 2,080. You're probably making more than minimum wage. You're making more than minimum wage and working half as much, literally. Let's say you're only working 180 days. So you can't tell me a teacher's job doesn't pay well enough. All I can tell you right now is teachers are probably not going back to work for teachers, and we have a teacher shortage because our state sucks with education. And a lot of the burden is put on teachers. It's not the pay, because lots of teachers do their job because they love their job. It's the legislation that's put on them, it's the mandates that are being thrown at them, and it's the constant fear mongering that they have to live through. All right. I don't know what else to explain to you. You guys can go do this math yourself. But based off the math that I have done and that I have seen, it is not pay. Pay is not the problem. So why do we have a teacher shortage? Is it because our public education department and our school boards and superintendents are all corrupt and they're keeping money that should be used as funding for schools? Is it because of the mandates that are being forced upon them? Is it because their fear of COVID? I mean, with all the fear mongering going on, I don't see why these teachers. Let's go back. Let's see, 65% of teachers would want to be vaccinated, and a lot of the teachers that were interviewed said they don't want to go back unless every student is vaccinated. So please, tell me, what is the main reason for worker shortages? It's not just the pay rate. Not in schools. When I just showed you that what they're getting paid is a slap in the face to the people who are working every day. All right. I can tell you right now. Let's use my rate. I work about 35 hours a week. Times 1750. That's what I get paid. All right, now let's times that by 52 weeks. That's what I make a year. about, give or take. Teachers start out at that much and work half as much as I do. So please don't come at me saying they don't make enough money. There's other things at play. There are other things at play. All right? And teachers aren't going to be leaving to go to McDonald's. That's just a fact. That's just a slap in the face to service workers thinking that teachers are going to go take their job, because they're not. Teachers aren't going to go take those jobs. There's other jobs out there now. There are other industries that pay about $20 an hour for people with educational degrees, and those are the ones they probably are heading for. But with the mandates out there, who knows what they're doing? I don't know what else to tell you guys. I was just doing some research on the shortage and trying to figure things out. I can tell you right now, New Mexico in total's short 1,084 teachers. All right. And if 15% of them are people who don't want to take vaccines, I'm pretty sure we're going to be even more short, especially if the vaccine mandate has gone through, which I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to have to do some more research on that. But I'm pretty sure it has. And teachers are required to be vaccinated. Uh, and when it goes to staff and stuff, I've seen videos, I've seen reports of kitchen staffs just quitting. I've seen it's a fact of the matter is this is a government made shortage. And you guys voted for it. New Mexicans voted for it, and that's upsetting. I didn't vote for it, but too many New Mexicans out there did. And you guys want to fix the state, you need to stop voting for the same things. I don't know what else to tell you guys. I'm just out here pointing out numbers and showing you it's not because of money. Uh, they keep raising the taxes to property owners and middle wage people like me every year so we can pay for these schools. But the money's being, obviously they're getting paid well enough, but where's the rest of it going? I don't know. Anyways, I'm Nick Driver. I'm a New Mexican. Stay informed.